Hello, Dragonfire here. I wanted to hop on and do a review of a movie that I just watched, another classic movie that I'm reviewing, and this is Napoleon Dynamite. What a great comedy this is. I've seen it before, seen it many times, and just really enjoyed rewatching it again. Wanted to give a few thoughts on it with the review here. What can I say about this movie? It's really funny. I love it. If you haven't seen it before, please just go watch Napoleon Dynamite. Don't, pause this review, go watch Napoleon Dynamite. But it's a super funny comedy. Basically, you follow this character whose name is actually Napoleon Dynamite. I don't know how they got the last name Dynamite, but they named their kid Napoleon. I love it. Um, yeah, it's a fun movie. There's a number of things going on with all the different characters, and you have Napoleon is kind of this dweeby kid. He obviously sometimes lies in order to, I don't know, try to get attention or try to be more popular with the other kids at school. He lies about going hunting with his uncle in Alaska and hunting wolverines or whatever over the summer break and just weird stuff like that. But he's just trying to be more popular with the other kids at school, and he just has a personality type that doesn't fit in, so he's trying to do what he can, what he thinks will help make him more popular, get him more attention, I think is what's going on, but it's just funny, because it's a high school student and he's looking for acceptance. He's looking for people that he likes to hang out with, and he doesn't really have any friends until he meets um, this other guy who comes to his school named Pedro, new kid at school, and then they kind of form a friendship. Pedro eventually ends up running for student body president, hence the vote for Pedro. I'm sure you've seen T-shirts or whatever, signs and stuff. It's great, and that comes from this movie. I um oh, there's a vote for Pedro button on the back cover there. But yeah, it's a pretty funny movie. He ends up kind of falling for this girl Debbie. Um, there's kind of a love story there. It doesn't have like a real strong conclusion, but that's okay. I mean, he's a high school student. Um, uh, they live with their grandmother. That's Napoleon and his brother Kip live with their grandmother. When she gets hurt and is in the hospital, Uncle Rico comes to stay with them for a little while. And Uncle Rico is kind of a weird character. He's stuck in the past. He wants to relive his glory days of playing for the high school football team. You got Kip, who's online. He's on the internet all day long. This is a movie made a number of years back. I don't remember what year this came out. Um, Whatever year it was a while back, and the um, internet was still kind of less than what it is now, let's just say. And even with Kip, they're a family that doesn't necessarily have a lot of money, so Kip has a computer that's even outdated for his time. Watching it in 2023, it seems really outdated, but I think it was even outdated for the time that the movie was made. It's a few years behind, it's an older computer you got sitting around the house or whatever. And but he spends time in chat rooms online, Then when Uncle Rico shows up, they get into some money-making schemes, and those are some pretty funny scenes in the movie. And Kip does actually end up meeting this girl online who he really likes. Meets a young lady around his own age. You know, he seems to be a little older than Napoleon. He's out of high school. He's graduated high school, and now he's just kind of around the house. Um, but anyway, he meets this girl online, and she does come down to visit him, and her name is LaFonda. And the relationship stuff between LaFonda and Kip is great. I love it. It's very funny. The contrast between the two of them makes it kind of funny. They seem like an unlikely pairing. She's a tall black woman. He's a short white guy. Maybe an unlikely pairing, but it's fun. It's fun and cool. And I think Kip is a lucky guy. I like LaFonda. She's pretty hot. So uh, it's funny movie. It's got lots of comedy going on. Uncle Rico's kind of a jerk, and uh, Napoleon and Kip are kind of nerds, and Debbie's a bit of a dorky girl, and LaFonda's just a little weird. But it's all in good fun, and the stories, and you've got the bullies at school, and you got the popular girls, and it's high school dynamics, and it's just really just a fun movie. And I think that I don't think it was in the theatrical version, but there's a post-credit scene that I think they only added for home video, where Kip, I think it was shot later on. They got the cast back together and shot it later on, but Kip and LaFonda have a wedding scene, post-credit scene, um, at the end of the movie. That's pretty fun. There's lots of special features depending on which version of the DVD you get, but there's some pretty cool special features. There's the original short film that this movie is based off of, and was basically the guy who plays Napoleon Dynamite, John Hitter, and some of his friends got together and made a short film. It's shot in black and white. It's a special feature on here. It's basically the same story, but it was just fleshed out and added to a little bit more before they made it into a feature film. I think in any of my reviews, this is the only time I've ever reviewed a single film that wasn't part of a franchise. Really, I'm not counting the short film as a franchise or anything, with the short indie film that they made first. But this movie doesn't need a sequel. It just was put together so well, and it's such a fun movie. Uh, and it's just high school idiots being high school idiots, and it's about trying to find acceptance. And I like the fact that Napoleon, by the end of the movie, gets a friend. He gets a girlfriend. I don't know that they ever make it official, but kind of sort of girlfriend. And it's kind of like he's not the popular kid at school, but he has a little bit of a happy ending. And good for Kip and LaFonda, who get married. So anyway, it's a really fun movie. Yeah, definitely check out Napoleon Dynamite. Very funny movie. If you haven't seen it before, see it already. Alright. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Dragonfire out.